Hello, Vism Internet, and welcome to Automation, where today I will be attempting to build the best front-wheel drive car in the world for Little Snail, as that apparently translates into, unless Google Translate's lying to me. Anyway, Rover attempted this, but that was in the late 90s. It's 2020 now, so I've decided, what could I do with more recent technology? Well, it's a front-wheel drive car in 2020, okay? It's going to have to be a crossover. And not just a crossover, we're going to have to make it one of those stupidly tiny ones if it ever shows up. There we go. So, yeah, this is a 3 meters long one. No, we need the short one. That, therefore, making it useless off-road. Because it's not even got size, and it's not got all-wheel drive, it's just not going to be much hope. I mean, it might do good on some gravel rally kind of tracks, but it won't do great on actual soggy stuff. We're going to try starting out with some fairly low-end materials, and then we'll change it later on. We're going to use longitudinal, because my company is a bit strange. Yeah, Little Snail, also, it can mean turbos, because my company is going to have been one of the earlier companies to get involved in turbocharging. We don't want that, really. What modern German company would use solid axle coil? You may see it in an American car, but not in a German car, let's be honest. Training arm even so is also out of date. I say multi-link would probably be the most relevant, but we can save money here because double wishbone isn't that much worse, let's be honest. And it will do the same job. We could also put double wishbone on the front, which would, I think, give us better handling. Yeah, everyone needs brilliant handling in their crossover. But we could save money with McPherson strut. Decisions. We're going to make a new engine. It's going to be quite a sophisticated inline 4. Only, oh dear. We can't have a lot of bore, or it just doesn't fit in the car outright. Maybe we will have to change it. I'm thinking we could have a square engine, and we could see just how far I can take it then. Could probably get to 2 litres, but 1.8 should be okay. We're building quite a sophisticated engine, as I've said before, so it's not going to need the same kind of displacement. And 82... I think we'll build it at the bigger side of 1.8. There we are. Just barely a 1.8. Just barely rounds down to that. And we'll go with cast iron internals to save money. But we will go with VVT on all cams. 4 valve per cylinder. Yes, I could go with 5 valve per cylinder like I did in the last vehicle I built. However, that would just not be too mainstream, you know. I did that because I was trying to push stupid amounts of power through a 1.4, and it worked, but it was at all cost of economy and practicality and stuff. We don't want that. We want a bigger engine here, 1.8, which is just designed for fuel economy. We will go with, I would say multi-point injection. It's 2020. Let's go with single direct injection. No performance stuff here, but regular fuel. Lean it out for better efficiency. We're not going to need power. As long as we've got this thing to make torque, it's going to be fine. I'm essentially building a diesel here, or as close to a diesel as we can get with petrol fuel, which is the only fuel available in this game. Ooh, there we go. 7200. It makes power, yes, indeed. I'm going to make less power when I'm done with it, which sounds kind of counterintuitive. Why would you go back when you've already got it so good? The answer to that is simple, because it's good for power, yes, but it's not going to be the best for economy. I've just come up with a perfect name for this vehicle. Toilet roll fetcher. Yeah, because that's its current job in 2020, to go around collecting toilet rolls from the shops before they run out. We also need to make a convertible if they have it. Yes, indeed they do. Because we all want a crossover convertible that's front-wheel drive. It makes perfect sense. Oh dear, that is weird looking, and it's not going to be particularly safe when the bonnet is higher at the front. Now, I could bring that in, actually. Yeah, I do kind of like that. It brings it a certain distinct character. Bring that out. It looks angry now. It's enraged. Why are you only making me front-wheel drive? How dare you? This is atrocious. It is a crime against cars that the crossover will be like this. Yes. Make it even less practical. No, I'm still trying to build a good car here, so I have to at least have some way of visibility. I don't know, it depends if the car is a Ford or not, because I'm just thinking, would the critics just hate on it for the sake of it? If it's a Ford, they kind of have to like it, because Ford seems to be immune from bad criticism for some weird reason. From what I've seen, at least. Come on. Where is the actual, what do you call it? Ooh. Yeah, that becomes a bit more silvery if I do that. I think if I go medium, but that is still very, very white. Can get a silvery colour here. Perfect. The slightly faded paint Monmobile. For now it's going to be all that colour. Although I'll change bits here and there to make it work later on. What lights do we have? Do we have any headlights that are just really angry? Yeah, these ones. It did not have a good day all of the time. And I can't even speak English, apparently. It does not enjoy its time on this planet, that's for sure. It looks weird with those headlights in as much as they are. Which is brilliant. I mean, people want cars these days that just look needlessly aggressive and angry. It needs to be gritting its teeth together. Why did you make me a crossover? I could have been so many things. I could have done so much with my life, but you went and made me a crossover. Yes, we all feel your pain. Not that I particularly care, but I feel your pain. I think that could be a lot more hideous. Given I've just thrown some stuff on there, I think it could be a lot more hideous. Anyway, we're going to have longitudinal front-wheel drive. It's strange, alright. But also exactly what the market's ordering. It kind of struggles to fit lengthwise, but not too much. Not enough to worry me. We're going to put a automatic 8-speed, 7-speed in. Save a bit of money. We're not putting that many gears into it. Go with a open front differential. And we will go and put some tyres on. Just thinking, what weird suspension have I got? Maybe I could cheapen that still. We'll go and put some hard long lives on the back for now. Alloy wheels. Here is another thing. Being a car for 2020, in order to make it perfect, we have to put quite big wheels on it. I mean, not that I would agree with that, but hey, fashion dictates we need 19-inch wheels on our phony crossover. Not phony crossover, it is a crossover, but phony SUV. That's also a convertible. I mean, I can say it's certainly got the style of today. Not a style I particularly like, but hey, it looks like something that people would buy. Only those wheels are the complete wrong colour. The colour they should be is just black. But like, quite matte shade of black. I believe I did the same thing with my other car, which was also a 2020. The Sherry of Vivars competitive, a gerbil, as it was otherwise known. I don't know why, it's growing on me a lot actually. It's hideous, but it is growing on me. And those windows are just tiny. Oh, thank goodness you can take the roof off, but those windows are tiny and they somehow have window frames even though it's a convertible. Even stranger. We have to put a correct amount of tyre on this. It's probably going to be a bit heavier, as these bodies tend to be so. And crossovers in general, they're just raised off the ground, so what would you expect? We're going with solid discs front and rear, until I say otherwise, or until the game says otherwise possibly. For now, that's what I'm going with. Fully clad for aerodynamics. We'll go... Should we have 5 seats here? I don't know. It would be very, very cramped in the back, so I think I'm going to have to turn that down to a 4-seater. It hasn't even got rear doors, let's be honest. And convertibles just tend to be more cramped than their standard hardtop counterparts. In order to be the best car of 2020, we're going to need to make it a premium category vehicle with a premium infotainment system. I don't think we need heads-up display. The Prius has it. Prius has had it for a while, but then we're not trying to just be technologically advanced for the sake of being technologically advanced. Yes, I eventually put my words together. We can have electronic stability control and launch control, but they just don't seem necessary on this vehicle, honestly. We'll go with advanced safety because people want a car that crashes well when they get angry at everything bleeping at them and just drive into a tree. Because, you know, they put so many computers in these days. Let's see. Convertible budget. Doesn't seem to fit the budget category very well, though. Convertible it does quite well at. Family sport? Really? I didn't think of this as being that sporty. It's probably because the engine's putting out a half-decent amount of power. Fun as well. How on earth is this fun? Probably the double wishbone rear suspension. It's actually got the same suspension setup as an early 2000s Honda Civic. And also the exact same suspension setup as the gerbil had. Again, crazy coincidences. 57.3% fun, that's quite well balanced for a front wheel drive. Not too much over the rear, and not too much over the front. So, what happens if we put that on? Convertible budget and convertible seem to like comfort settings. Yeah, they like comfort. I would say normally that would raise it up too much, and indeed it does, but not by as much as you'd think. Because it's a crossover, it kind of gets away with that look. We have 99.5. I don't want to lower it more than that, honestly. Although it would look cooler, and it would probably represent modern crossovers a bit better. This is what I'm running with. I mean, these tyres, it could just be me, but I think they look a bit skinny. Also, what suspension technologies are we going to settle for? 96.6. I think we're going for just convertible. It's probably the best market we've got. I do like that, but it costs a dear amount of money. You know what? I don't think I'll put it on. I think it just costs too much. I'll be better off improving the suspension technology instead of actually improving the dampers. Those don't seem too expensive, so if I go with active anti-roll bars, they seem like a decent enough investment. Plus, it's quite tall, so we do want to stop it rolling. It's how we're going to get this to be comfortable. We're going to see... we've not really adjusted this and we're already doing quite well. Panel material. Treated steel, partial aluminium. Doesn't actually cost as much as I would think, and that's what I was getting at with the suspension. We're better off putting money to something like this, where it's actually going to be really better for the car. Although, look, steel or partial aluminium, it is heavy. 1650 kilos. That is not a light car. They do like double wishbone though, so again, coming into it, they do seem to like that more. Multi-link on the back. Those differences in numbers are worth it, I would say. Treated steel does better here, but that saves weight. We can go with maybe a semi-space frame. No, I've had it save money on when I was building the gerbil, so it was definitely worth a try. 111, 117.5. I'll go with galvanized steel, which doesn't resist corrosion very well, but hey, it's not like anyone's gonna see that when they buy it in the first 5 years. So once it's actually sold and out of warranty, that's when they'll have the worst problems. All the better, I say. We've got 74% on the budget. We could go with like solid axle coil and try and build it into some kind of off-roader, but no, I'm not for that. Now, what are we going to do? Safe to say there's not much to here with our 130 horsepower 4-cylinder, but it makes enough power, enough torque. How much torque does it make? Just over 210. And that is what we're going to need. I think we can get about 10 seconds 0 to 60 with some appropriate tuning. Or so I would hope. Mind, it is a heavy vehicle actually, just having to remember that. I can get under 12 seconds. Come on. Yeah, it's so hopelessly slow. It's like you're driving an old hybrid with it. Only it's not. Because you're probably going to have to pay loads of road tax just for the privilege of having a crossover. As it often works. You know, you could have had £30 road tax if you just bought a normal saloon. But no. You have to have a crossover. Mine, ooh. For something almost 1,700 kilos in weight, 44.4 kilos, not kilos, miles per gallon, isn't too bad. Now, does the market want, does the market want any kind of fancy differential? The electric differential is kind of desirable, but not enough. I can work out with tyres more, I think, what I want. 123.5 we're seeing. So 122.4. 123.8. Come on. 125.5. Nope. Apparently that won't work. Apparently they just get too small. They have to be just generic hard tyres. But not just any generic hard tyres. They have to be some generic hard tyres that comply with skinny 19 plus inch wheels. This is ridiculous. I mean, those are some skinny wheels, and I don't think it's going to affect acceleration, not least in a negative way. 46.9. Ooh dear, look at this. We are going right up there for miles per gallon now. And I feel like I'm using more of the gears as well. Only 12.2 seconds 0 to 60 because of where it is. Come on. 12.1. 11.9. 48.6. So we're approaching 49 miles per gallon. Ooh, come on. I'll have to settle for this. I mean, it's not ideal, but it does give us the sub 12 second 0 to 60 time and 48 miles per gallon. Although I would rather get a bit more miles per gallon out of it. Alright. What about the brakes? Here maybe I could save a bit of money because, yes, as I suspected, they don't need to be as good as they actually are. We have... There we go. 260mm on the front and on the back. Well, we're probably not going to have much at all. Just because of brake fade, I will likely go with drums. Just check something here. No, the fade might be attributed to the front brakes as well, though. Now, if we go with drums, they will end up bigger, but it is a way of saving money. 128.2. Come on. They do seem a bit big. I know they're drum brakes and all, but still. 290mm. And then they're bigger than the front brakes. But it's okay. I'm just trying to build a car that people actually want, and I'd feared my PC had completely crashed then. Best to save. Anyway, we have the vehicle as it stands. I'll get onto the design a bit later. Of the actual cosmetic design, let's say. What's the miles per gallon? It's gone to 48.2. So I think we have saved a bit of weight overall with those brakes. We'll go check what they want here. Nope. They don't care about changing that. Okay, that makes sense. They want electronic stability control, and again, I can't refuse it for the money. They don't need launch control though, and I really can't blame them. It'll probably do absolutely nothing on this type of vehicle. Although even electronic stability control, I question the point. I do, honestly. So 58% front now. It's changed slightly from before, but not a huge amount. 130.1. The wear wide frequency is low. I'm hoping that that will sort itself out when I adjust these. What's it saying? Try increasing wear spring stiffness. And then I can try adjusting these to match, perhaps. Yeah. How about reducing the front or something? Or increasing the front? Okay, that works as well. And then I can maybe increase the front here or decrease that. No. The rear dampers are soft, apparently. Well, Beat's having problems. Now it's only saying slight brake fade and the clearance at the front of the engine is bad, which are really no major problems. So I think I've got everything just about done. I can actually finish off the cosmetics and join you in BeamNG.drive if... Oh, wait. There's one more thing then we have to do. Because the aero is actually got more downforce on the front than the rear, it wouldn't normally matter on this type of car, but you don't want the front downforce to exceed the rear downforce, because that is just a bit dangerous, let's be honest. So I know this is just like a standard Ford Escort wing, so it might not look too bad on a production car. I actually use the same wing on the gerbil. It doesn't actually matter the size and shape, so as long as I've got a wing there to function, it sounds weird, but yeah, it doesn't matter what it is as long as it actually does just sit there on the boot lid. I'm sorted for my aerodynamics. Maybe it does look too 90s to work. Oh well, what do I care? I'm not the one buying the car. We've given it stupid huge wheels. We've made it a crossover for no reason whatsoever. It has all the right ingredients to sell. It also lacks practicality because there's less seats in the back. You know, why wouldn't you buy one of these over a more sensible saloon? I guess the only reason for buying it is that it's a bit different. But it's not different because everyone has crossovers, so what point is there to it? Now, where are we going? Yeah, just that wing will affect style. I have a front wing angle, oddly. We'll see. Maybe if I remove it. Maybe that will actually work. Maybe I'll still get aero. That's not correct. I've removed the wing. I shouldn't still have the same aero, should I? Okay, down that and there. We have no wing. Where is it going to be? I think if I adjust it, it might work, but I don't know. Do I have adjustment at all? I don't have downforce. It lets me adjust nothing, apparently. Maybe if I try a different wing. Yes, kind of an Impreza wing. That is just what you need on your family crossover. Ooh, I think that fits, just about. It has a brake light as well, which is convenient. Hopefully I will still add normal brake lights though. .13. Come on. It gives me some front and rear aero. I don't reckon enough though. Yeah, now I have to add something to the front to make it balance out. And this is not how I wanted to take it at all. Ooh, actually. Yeah, I can just add little fins. Maybe I can't. I don't know. There we go. Now it works. So we need the small one. I think they actually do. They kind of fit with the aggression of the vehicle at least. So what I've done here is add front and rear aero. So it's not got more front downforce than the rear. And it still has not much front aero at all. But hopefully I can actually do something about it. If we find the menu. Yeah. Lowest front and rear downforce. I think there's still a bit much on the rear, so I can adjust that. $10 and $28. I'm pretty sure this has more downforce than the gerbil had, and that was an actual sports car. That'll do. I don't think I need any more adjustment than that. So, how is my miles per gallon doing? Let's see. 47.9. It's holding okay. 129.5. I can't really adjust these tyres anymore. They're on their limits as it is. So engine be get adjusted, yes. Oh, it is 11.5 0 to 7 0 to 60 now. Sorry. And I have actually managed to improve the fuel economy while also knocking that 0.1 of a second off the 0 to 60 dash, which I find quite pleasant, really. It's not quick, but it has what everyone needs. I'll finish this design off and I'll return in BeamNG. So, here we are at the test track, or rather, were, because I have completely lost the audio. I still have this video, but I lost the audio, so this is the best thing I can think to do right now. As you may have noticed, the vehicle is very bubbly, for lack of a better term. I'd say it drives like an old Cadillac of sorts. Very, very, very soft, which is very much what Rover was going for with a 75 as opposed to trying to make it a sporty car. This is very softly sprung, but it doesn't hit the front end on the ground so much. I don't think I ever got it to do that while I was driving it as a result, but you could probably get that to happen if you really tried. I wasn't trying though, I was just trying to push this as quickly as possible around the circuit, and you'll see it's taking these corners quite well, but there's a limit to what it can do. It is not a powerful vehicle. So, as compliant as the suspension is when these bumps come around, and with these corners, as compliant as the car is to them, it can only take you so far. I mean, this is not a power-orientated circuit, which is going to help it, but it is it's still a circuit where, you know, having something like 200 plus horsepower could help a car. Whereas this does not. It does have a good power curve, but power is not something it has. It was definitely designed for economy. So any chance of getting speed out of it would come round the corners as opposed to on the straightaways. You see here, I'm pushing it, so it might look a bit goofy in how I'm taking some of these corners, just because I'm trying to squeeze every last drop of cornering that this car can provide. There's nothing really more to say. It bounces around, but that doesn't seem to affect how well it corners as well. It does corner well despite that. As far as this thing went for time, I think it did quite well, all things considered, that it is a premium front-wheel drive crossover without a particularly huge amount of power. It finished with a 24.736 second lap time. That was its best lap. And that's above the Macari McTrekker and the Sunburst Mark 1, which was just something I built from the 1960s. An economy car, in other words. The Macari McTrekker, though, as it was, the 1990s Russian military vehicle, that had a twin-turbo V10 and four-wheel drive, and it still couldn't manage to beat this boat of a modern convertible, essentially. It's interesting just how well it did. It did still get beaten by over 2.5 seconds by the gerbil. However, for what it is, which is something not remotely sporty, I'm quite impressed. It is stuck here, however. There goes the number plate. So, hopefully we can save this. Come on. There we go. Boop. And we're free again. Yeah. That's the point shown, though. It isn't a real off-roader. If it was a real off-roader, it would have probably made it across there, even though it would have damaged the underside a bit. It would have actually not got destroyed. But you'll see just how smooth it rides. It does duck a bit under brakes, but that's fine, because that's how the car is designed. We're not trying to build a Audi S-Line or a BMW here. We're trying to build a comfortable everyday vehicle. And I believe I've succeeded at that. So until next time, I'll say goodbye until another day.